Hello. Hello, friends. What's up? Long time no see. Today, guys, I have beef! I have so much beef! Oh my goodness! The amount of beef I have, guys, it's unreal. I sound like I came back from a war zone. That's because I did come back from a war zone. I'm surprised I even came back. I'm surprised I even left. Oh my goodness. So, for those who may not know, I went on a trip this weekend, which is exactly why we only had one stream last week. It was supposed to be two. It was supposed to be two, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah, I'm gonna start a farm with this amount of beef. I'm gonna be rich with this amount of beef. I better be rich with this amount of beef. I feel like I'm owed compensation for my pains. So yes, I went on a trip, guys. I went on a CodeX trip. I went to go fight Zhuni in person. And the gods didn't want me to fight Zhuni in person. So it all started on this beautiful Thursday. I might as well just start right away with this airport story because it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while to get through all of this beef. There's a lot of beef here. You can feed like 20 families with the amount of beef that I have. It's surreal. I still don't believe what happened. And I'm still in the process of dealing with what's happened. That's how bad it is. That's how bad it is. Hello everybody, welcome. By the way, hello everybody. I missed you guys very much. I am back. I hope you guys have all been well. Yeah, grab the popcorn because this is gonna be a story. All right. It started on Thursday, August 17th. I had a flight around like 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get to the airport by like 10 because you can never be early enough. So 3 hours in advance seems like plenty of time. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be great. So I get to the airport by 10. You know, you don't do the thing. I check in my bag. I check myself in. It was great. It actually, there was no line there. There was no line at all. It was great. So I check in my bag. No problems there. I go through, you know, TSA as one does. There was barely a line. It was really short. I was so excited. I'm like, this can't be happening. Like, things are going smooth? For me? Like, so you guys know. I think I talked about this on my debut, but I am the most unlucky person alive. Like, if there's something that can go wrong, it will go wrong for me. So that's why I always take extra precaution in anything that I do. Like, if I have to be at an airport, I will be there early. Because you never know. If there's gonna be a giant line, it's gonna happen to me. If there's gonna be any issue, it's gonna happen to me. So I got there early and I was surprised that there was no issues. I got through everything within like the span of 15 minutes. So I'm like, whoa, I'm here so early. Like I'm like through everything. Like I'm at the gate. Like 2.5 hours early. I'm like, perfect. So I got lunch. You know, I like planned to eat some food at the airport. I like got a nice lunch, got a burger. with some fries and a Coke, a very large Coke, of course. So I consume that and have a good time. I'm just waiting for my flight, as one does, and it was great. Nothing was delayed. It was perfect. So the time comes for me to board. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna waddle to my little gate, and I wait, and I board, and I get on this plane on time, guys. I get on this plane. And I sit down in my beautiful window seat. I have a perfect view of the outside. I'm like right on the wing. It was good. I sit down. I get all cozy. I'm like, yeah, all right. I'm ready to go. Nothing can go wrong. I'm in the plane. What can go wrong when you're in the plane? So everyone gets boarded, and we start heading out. So the plane goes out, it bags up, and we start going to the runway, as a plane does, because that's where you need to leave. So we're like zooming, like, and then we stop. And they're like, we're gonna have a very small delay because there's a lot of planes taking off, and we're in line for the runway. It should not take longer than like 30 minutes or so. I'm like, all right, that's fine. It happens. So to be safe, I text Zhuni, like, I might be like 30 minutes later than normal, but it's no problem at all. I'm in the plane, we're about to take off, we're just waiting to take off because it's busy, as it be on an airport sometimes. So I sit, and I slowly zoom, and planes slowly are taking off. They're slowly taking off, like we're making progress. We're slowly getting to the front of the line. And everything is fine. It took like 30 minutes or like 40 minutes to get to the front of the line. I'm like, okay, all right, we'll be fine. I was like slightly panicking because my phone was kind of starting to die because I didn't charge it at the airport. It was like I was like using it, and like sometimes my phone gets like hot, and it like drains the battery really quickly for some reason. It just happens sometimes, and that was one of those times that it was draining really quickly. So I was like, okay. I just hope it's gonna last, but in case my phone dies, this is my flight number. This is when I leave, Zhuni. I'll find you. Or I'll find a plug at the airport or something to charge when I land or something. But I was like freaking out a little bit. But I'm like, it's fine. My phone will last like the amount of the flight. It'll last. It wasn't a crazy, insanely long flight. Like, we're fine. So it was our turn. To take off. I'm like, finally we go. So we slowly scooch onto the runway. We're on the runway, guys. And we sit there. And then we start going forward as if we were about to take off. But instead of going forward, we take a right. And it's like a little circle. We go right back off the runway. I'm like, why are we going off the runway? Why are we going off the runway? What is the problem? Like we're plane. We're about to like go up. Like, you need to go straight. You can't go in circles. You need to go straight. So we saw another plane, and they were like, yeah, airport told us that this plane has to go in front of us. So we're going to let them first. And then we'll go. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm like, why? We're literally on the runway. Why can't we just go? I'm like, why can't they wait like a minute? Like, we've been waiting for like 40 minutes. Like, it's our turn. You gotta wait in line. That's how lines work, right? That's how lines work. So, okay, that plane goes. I'm like, it's fine. It's just one plane. So we go back on the runway, guys. This is take two. We're going back on the runway. And we sit there. And it's like, we're about to go. We're going forward. And now we go straight back off. I'm like, why are we going off this runway again? I'm like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? I have no idea what's going on. Why are we exiting again? And okay. There was another plane. Guys. So they let another plane in front of us. I'm like, why can't we take off? Like, we've been waiting for so long. Why can't we take off? Like, it's not fair. It's not fair. We're like, okay. One more plane. There was like literally no one behind us in line either. These were planes that came from just the gate. Like, they didn't even have to wait. We were literally driving in circles. Like, you don't do that in a plane. It was like a little on, off, circle, a loop. I'm like, bruh. I'm trying to go here. I'm trying to go somewhere. But I'm like, okay. Breathe. It's all gonna be fine. It's all going to be okay. It's fine. So, are you sure your vehicle has wings? Honestly, at this point, it was literally a taxi drive. We were just driving around in this plane. I'm like, we need to be flying. It's a plane. We need to be flying. So, okay. I'm like, okay. We go back on the runway a third time. I'm like, third time's the charm, right? Third time is the charm, right? And okay. we start going and they stop. And then they go back off again. Guys. Except this time, we drive a little bit further off. I'm like, what? Wait. We're like, what? This is not the runway. Why are we driving away from the runway? I'm like, that's not supposed to happen. That's not supposed to happen. So then we stop and they're like, so the fuel tank is too hot because of our very long taxi drive. We're on the ground for too long and the fuel tank is too hot and we're not allowed to take off with these temperatures. What? like what? So if being on the ground and driving for too long is a problem for planes because their fuel gets hot, then why were you pushing planes in front of us? Then why were you pushing planes in front of us? So they're like, we have to go back. We'll likely have to go back to the gate. And okay, we did have to go back to the gate. So back to the gate we went. We went back to the gate, guys. At this point, we were in the plane for already like over an hour. Like over an hour since we were supposed to leave and take off. And we're going back to the gate. I'm like, okay, it's fine. It's fine. So we go back to the gate. I'm like, this is not the first time something similar has happened. Like, it happened to me like a couple years ago, where I was about to take off, and I don't know, there was something or someone on the runway when we were like zooming, so they had to brake, which was like kind of concerning because when you're taking off, you don't expect to start braking all of a sudden. I'm like, what is going on? But then they had to like wait for a while for like the brakes to cool off before we could go again. So I'm like, okay, it's gonna be something similar this time where they're just gonna have to like allow it to cool off for a bit and then we're good to go. Like it might take like maybe 30 minutes or another hour at most, right? Another hour at most. So we go back to the gate and we kind of just wait because they have to like refuel to like cool it down or something. So they were working on refueling the plane, which shouldn't take longer than 30 minutes to an hour or so. But the problem was that you know how it's been so insanely hot lately everywhere? So there were a lot of storms coming. Because by this time, it was like 4 p.m. or like somewhere between 3 and 4 p.m. We were supposed to leave at 1. But is when it's like hot during the day, that's kind of the time where, you know, the thunderstorms of the hot day start to roll in, and I could see them from my little airplane window seat. I could see them come in. I'm like, oh god. I was like looking to the person next to me. Like I was making homies with the other poor people that were suffering the same fate as I. I'm like, hey guys, I already see our next problem. Like, look at that right out there. Look at that dark cloud that's getting uncomfortably close. I'm getting uncomfortably close. It's gonna be our next problem. And it was. It started storming, guys. It started storming real bad. So no one was allowed to take off anymore. So yep. So that kind of extended our fun adventure even further. So yeah. Eventually they were allowing us to leave the plane. They were allowing us to leave the plane, which, you know, the moment they did that, you're already like, oh god, this is not gonna be good. This is gonna take a hot minute. So, I ended up getting off the plane because I'm like, you know what? This is my chance. This is my chance to go back into the gate area and find a plug so I can charge my phone, because my phone was very much dying at this point. So I'm like, maybe this is good. Maybe I can just charge my phone. I'll sat down. I played some Mario Kart. Mario Kart saved me this weekend, guys. Mario Kart saved me. So I was chilling there. I kept a close eye. I was like right next to the gate. I kept a close eye on it and on the other people that were on the flight, just to make sure that I didn't miss it. Because the worst thing was gonna be like, because they were like, you're allowed to leave the plane, but we recommend you stay in the gate area, because when we're ready to go, if you're not back on the plane, we will leave you behind. I'm like, okay. I'll stay right next to it. I'll stay right next to the gate. I was like paranoid at this point, because I couldn't find a plug like right next to it. So I had to like walk just a little bit, because I wasn't the only plane that had issues. But I found one. I sat on the floor and I was just eyeing the gate the entire time. So yeah, I look and I wait, and eventually I get to like a 50-60% charge on my phone. So I'm like, okay, it's time to go back on the plane. It's time to go back on the plane, because I don't want to risk missing it. I'm getting paranoid. So I get back on the plane. No problem there. You just show them your boarding pass again, and you're back on the plane. Like, we're good. So I sit back down, and they didn't make any announcements outside. They only made announcements inside the plane, so I didn't have any clue what was any like updates or something. So I sit back down, and my fun little row mates, friends who were also suffering the same fate in the same row, they were like, yeah. They were saying that if we don't take off by this specific time, that they're gonna be like timed out. They're gonna be timed out. I'm like, what does that mean? So we're like waiting. And they did make another announcement. Like, because at this point also, I was like outside the plane for like a solid like 30 minutes or so, charging my phone, and I could like look outside, so I saw that the storm was kind of dying down. So the clouds started opening. I'm like, okay, so that means that we're probably about ready to go again. Like, I'm sure that the fueling stuff should be done by now, right? should be done by now. Like it's been an hour at least since they started fueling. So I bet it's like cooled down and the storm is going away. So we should be good to go, right? Right? So yeah. I sit back and they made another announcement like we don't currently have a ramp available to push us off. Cause you know, a plane can't reverse on its own. Like you need this little like ramp train thingy to like push you backwards out of the gate before the plane can kind of go forward on its own. That's the way planes work. So I'm like, okay. And they were like, yeah, but realistically, we're gonna be honest with you guys. We're gonna time out by 4:19, which means that if we're not in the air by 4:19, that means we're no longer on duty. I'm like, okay. And you know, that was like it was like 4:10 at that point. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way if we don't have a ramp right now, and there's a lot of people that are not even boarded back on the plane right now, that we're going to be in the air within the next 9 minutes. There's no way that's gonna happen. There's no way that's gonna happen. But they were like, it's possible that they're going to find a different pilot. I'm like, okay. It's possible. It's not gonna be possible. I already know what this is gonna turn into. And okay, 420 hit, basically. And they were like, yeah, realistically, it's gonna be very likely that the flight's gonna be canceled. I'm like, right. So everyone had to get off the plane. So I immediately am like, I'm zooming. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get off. It wasn't officially canceled at that point yet, but it was gonna be very likely it was. So I'm like, I'm gonna look what my other options are. So I go out, and the moment I go out, they're like, yeah, the flight's canceled. The flight's officially canceled. I'm like, great. At this point, it's 4:30. It's almost a solid 4 hours since I was supposed to take off. It's already like, after I was supposed to be landed and already, you know, having a vibing time fighting Zhuni. So I'm like, great. Now what? So, okay. Here is where my next trouble began. This was like that was like arc 1 of my airport stories. I think there's like a solid 4 or 5 arcs left to go, guys. I wish it stopped here. So wish it stopped here. So, okay. We couldn't rebook at Oh yeah, this is the moment Zhuni was like, we're gonna move stream to 8 p.m. to be safe. Because there's no way I'm gonna get there in time for 7 p.m. At this point, there was somehow still hope that I would get there. Or at least I think this was the moment that we are officially like, I'm not gonna get there by stream. We're gonna have to cancel or like move the stream. I'm like, no, we hyped the stream up so much. We were like, yeah, we're gonna do a surprise, and like everyone's waiting for it, everyone's excited for it. I felt so bad. But okay, at this point, we couldn't like rebook at the like gate counter. We had to leave the terminal. Like, we had to get all the way out back to the ticket counter at the very beginning of the airport. Which also meant we had to pick up our bags from the baggage claim. I'm like, okay. So I zoom. I'm like, everyone's still like trying to talk to the like gate counter lady, and I'm like, I'm out. I'm going to that ticket counter, and I'm zooming. I go back all the way back out, all the way back out. Even past TSA, you have to go all the way through security again if you want to get back in. I'm like, I zoom all the way out, and I zoom. I ignore my bags for this moment. I ignore my bags. I'm like, I will get the bags later. Chicken counter, ticket counter. Wait, did I say chicken? This is how lost I am at this point, guys. So I go straight to the ticket counter, and at this point, at this point, this is where my life's at. I call Zhuni at this point because I'm like, Zhuni, my flight's canceled, and I don't know what to do. So Zhuni was like looking up all the other flight options for me to get to over there, because there were a few other options. There was the same airport, there were some different airports I could go to, but there was another flight that night to the exact same airport that I was supposed to be going to. So I'm like, okay, what if I take that one? What if I can get on that one? So I finally get to the ticket booth, the ticket counter, and I'm like, that flight is full. I'm like, you know what? I expected that. I expected that because everyone wants to go on that flight now. Everyone wants to go on that flight. I'm like, okay. What are my other options? And that was the last flight going to that airport for that day. So I had the option of going to a different airport or waiting until the next day to take a flight. I'm like, I really don't want to wait for the next day because, you know, we have made so many plans on things we wanted to do, and who knows what kind of problems I'm gonna run into the next day. And like we had CodeX business to take care of. Like I had to be there. I had things to do. So I'm like, what are my other options? What other airports can I go to? And they gave me a few options. I initially was like, okay, can I take this flight to this place? But they could only rebook me on the same airline. I'm like, alright. It was like either rebook or get a refund. I was like very much debating between just getting a refund and booking a flight with a different airline, so I would probably be able to get there, but it was gonna cost so much extra money. I'm like, I really want to do that. I don't really want to do that. So I just rebooked. I had to get there somehow. Like I had to get there somehow, guys. So I rebooked and I got it to a different airport that was about an hour away from Zhuni. That would still get me there at night. So it was like a flight that would get me there around like midnight, and it would leave around like 9 or so. So I'm like, okay, well that'll be fine. Like, I'm sorry, Zhuni, you now have to drive like an hour to come pick me up and for us to get back. But at least I'll be there tonight, and it's not too crazy, insanely late. Like, I'll be there. And Zhuni was a kind lad who was like, I'll pick you up, Ayla. I'll come get you. I'm like, thank you. So I got on that flight. I got the last seat on that flight. The last one! Your alarm has been going off for the past 3 days, Zhuni. Well, that's a personal problem. I'm not responsible for that one. So I got on this flight. And then I went to go pick up my bags. I'm like, okay, at least I got a new flight. I'll still be leaving today, so I'm like, I don't have to like worry about doing anything else. So I went to go get my bag. Initially, I couldn't find it. It was like there were a bunch of bags that were set by like the bag baggage office area. And I was like, okay, and I couldn't see mine. I think most of them were from the same flight, and I couldn't see mine. And I was like, where's my bag? Where's my bag? But then they pointed me to one of these one of the like baggage claim areas where they had it still rolling and it was just stopping, and I think they were just collecting some bags that weren't claimed yet. And I saw mine. I'm like, okay, there it is. I don't want to lose my bag. I'm not about to lose my bag. This is where the pain comes in. But I got my bag. I'm like, great. And I have to like check it into the new flight. I have to check it into the new flight now. So I wobble back up to the check-in counter. It's sad that I'm not even halfway through my story, guys. I'm not even halfway done with my story. So I tried to check in the bag, and at this point it was like, I think about 5:30-ish, and the flight wasn't leaving until like 9. So they wouldn't let me check in my bag yet, because you have to like wait like 3 hours before or something before they let you check in your bag. So I had to like wait outside for a little bit. So I just waited. It was fine. I waited for like 30 minutes. And I got to check in my bag after that. It wouldn't let me like do the self-check-in because it said I already checked in my bag because I was supposed to earlier that day. So they had to like switch it around for me, and it was fine. My bag was good to go. It was on the new flight, and I was on the new flight, and we're good. Everything's fine. So I go back through security, and it was not a problem. I was fine. The line still wasn't very long. I'm like, okay, I'm through. I have to wait like 2.5 hours at this point, and my flight will leave, and I will get there. Everything's gonna be fine. So I'm like, I've been sitting around for a long time. It's about dinner time, so I'm gonna go get some dinner. I'm gonna go get some food and eat some food, then find a quiet corner where I can charge the rest of my phone and my other electronics and play some Mario Kart while I wait for my flight, I'm like, okay, things are good again. Things are good. Everything's fine, right? So I wait in this very long line to get pizza because I already had like Burger King earlier that day. And I'm like, okay, this pizza kind of looks good. So I go get my pizza. I'm like waiting in line. And as a very responsible traveler, I keep updated on the flight status because I'm like, I better be safe. And I'm waiting in line, and I refresh the page. I'm like, is this right? My flight? What? So okay. Before I reveal the secret, we're gonna go back 2 steps. On my way back, through security, I met my or another soul of my flight pains. Another lost soul that was hurt by the adventures that happened earlier that day. And this lad was like, oh, you were on this flight too, right? I'm like, did you get it figured out? I was like, yeah. I'm like, I wanted to get on the flight later today, but it was full, so I got on this flight to this airport instead. Cliffhanger. We gotta keep you guys on your toes. And he was like, oh yeah, I was able to get on that flight. I was like, oh, you did? I thought it was full. I was like, what? You got on this flight after me? I'm like, how? They told me it was full. I'm like, okay, it's fine. But he was like, yeah, but it's delayed until 1 a.m. Like, it's not leaving until 1 a.m. instead of like 8:30 or something. Or 9 or whatever. I'm like, okay. So even though I didn't get on that flight, at least my flight leaves at 9. And yours leaves at 1. So I'd still be there earlier than I would be. Even with the driving. Than I would be if I took that flight into the original airport I was supposed to go to. I'm like, okay. It's fine. It's fine. So we went on our merry way after this. Okay, back to in line at the pizza place. I look at my phone. I refresh the page. And suddenly my flight too leaves at 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Another 3-hour delay. So at this point, I had to wait 6 hours, not 3, before my flight would leave. I'm like, are you serious? Are you absolutely serious? For what? For what? It's fine. I'll wait it. Like, I'm so sorry, Zhuni. You're gonna have to drive an hour to get me as I land at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm so sorry. But you're gonna have to get me because no one else is gonna get me. I'm sorry. So I'm like, okay, well, it is what it is. At least I'll still get there. I'm just gonna not sleep tonight. It's fine. Zhuni will be fine. He can just go to bed early, then wake up, get me, and go back to bed after that. But I'm very grateful for Zhuni either way. I'm very grateful to Zhuni either way. Zhuni was fine. Zhuni was fine. He could at least go to bed before then. I was stuck at this airport and I couldn't, I couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. Yeah, Zhuni's a real homie, guys. You guys gotta appreciate Zhuni for this. Zhuni's been a real homie this entire weekend. Give Zhuni some love. I would not be alive if it wasn't for Zhuni. So I'm like, okay, I'm like back in this pizza line. I'm now infinitely less excited about my adventures. And I get to the front of the pizza line and I buy 2 slices because I'm like, I'm hungry. I'm depressed. Give me some pizza. No, I wasn't really depressed. Aside from the pains, I was laughing for this entire experience because I was just so I'm so unlucky that this kind of stuff happens to me all the time. So at this point, I just laugh about it because I'm like, I expect it almost. I expect it. I have the best attitude about this kind of stuff. I'm just like, are you serious? You can't be kidding me, right? And then I laugh about it. I'm like, great! We'll figure it out! Let's go! But I'm like, okay, let me just get this pizza. I'm gonna get this pizza. I'm gonna find a quiet corner. I'm gonna charge everything. I'm gonna play some solid Mario Kart. And we're gonna get on this flight eventually. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I get this pizza. I got 2 slices. And they ended up giving me 3. I don't know why. She was like, yeah, this cheese one is very small. I'm like, I don't think it's that small, but okay. So I pay for my pizza. It's very overpriced airport pizza. And I got another large Coke because I needed Coke serotonin. I need Coca-Cola serotonin. Like I needed that to survive. So I got my pizza and I sit down and I eat the pizza and the pizza was not good. It was really not good, but you got what you got. You got what you got. I needed sustenance. I needed to eat, so I ate this pizza. The cola was great though. The cola was great, and I had some snacks. I bought some high chews, so I was eating those too. And I played some solid Mario Kart for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay, all right. I finished all of the mirror races. At least I had something to do, I guess. So after that time, my phone was fully charged at this point. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna leave this very quiet little area. I was sitting at a gate that had no planes leaving from it. instead of my actual gate, just because it was quiet. I had like a seat right next to the plug. No one was bothering me. It was quiet. No one was screaming. What flavor if not good? Mediocre or bad? I think it was pretty bad, actually. It was pretty bad. It was not a good pizza. It was... The cheese tasted odd. And it was insanely greasy. In a bad way. In a bad way. So it was not good. It was not good. But, like, okay. Alright. Alright. It can't get much worse than this. So I moved myself eventually from that little quiet spot to the gate area. To the gate area where I was supposed to be leaving from this time. I'm like, okay, let's go. Pack up my stuff. Put away my Mario Kart. Thank you so much, Anonymous, for the 420. Thank you for the dono. 420 is now a curse number for me. It's the moment my flight timed out. Thank you so much. So I pack up my stuff and I walk to the gate area and I'll go sit down there with the fellow poor souls that are now also delayed. There were a few people, I think, that were also on my flight who are now on this one. And we were all suffering, basically. Basically, we were all suffering. I think a lot of the delays were caused because planes couldn't land because of the storms. And because some planes couldn't take off from other places either because of storms. It caused this like spiral of this plane is delayed, which means that's going to be delayed coming in there and delayed leaving from there. And this flight here is supposed to be the same plane as the one that's leaving from there. So it'll come all the way back. So it's delayed coming back too. I'm like, okay, great. There was like another plane going to the exact same airport that was late, supposed to be later than us originally, that was now also leaving at the exact same time. Like there were two planes leaving there, two there, around the same-ish time. I'm like, okay, it'd be like that sometimes. I don't know how it happened like that, but okay. I don't think it displayed your message, KJ. What you're doing? They gave the dono. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I sit there and I play some more Mario Kart while I sit there, as one does, and I check the status again. And now we're leaving at 3 a.m. I'm like, every time I check this freaking flight status, you're adding like hours onto my leaving time. Like, you can't be serious, right? But the thing is that it was like our flight, my flight, was leaving at 3. But the other one that was originally supposed to leave later than us was still leaving at 1. I'm like, why aren't you putting that one later and let us go first? Because we were supposed to go first anyway. We're going to the same place. Like, excuse me? I don't want to leave at 3 a.m. At that point, I was gonna get there by like 6 in the morning. And then Zhuni was gonna have to get me at 6 in the morning. And like, I would not get any sleep at that point. I was gonna just pull an all-nighter at that point. I was like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? It was my fault for being grateful I didn't get on that other flight back to the original airport because that one was delayed. It was my fault. It was karma. It was karma. It was karma. The only way I could get a refund was if I didn't take the flight. So like, I had no choice. I had no choice. So I get up. And you know what? I was thinking at that point. I'm like, I checked the other flight. I was still leaving at 1. So I'm like, okay, what if? I wobble over to the counter, the gate counter, where the flight that was going to go to the airport I was originally supposed to go to. I was like, hi, my name's Ayla. Do you have any empty seats? And they were like, oh, let me check. Oh yeah, we have empty seats. We have a couple empty seats. Do you have any preference? I'm like, no. Just give me any of them. Any of them. Give it to me. And they were like, okay. So they rebooked me onto this flight that's going to go to the airport I was originally supposed to go to, that earlier in the day told me was full. I'm like, okay, that's fine. It's fine. I was so happy at this point. I was like, Zhuni, you don't have to drive an hour to get me. I got my flight switched. I'm still gonna get there at 4 in the morning, but you don't have to drive that far. It's fine. It's gonna be great. At the same time, I was like, so, the thing is, I have a bag that's checked onto the other flight. Will it switch over? Will it switch over? Will it switch over? And they said, yes, it will. I'm like, okay. You have 3 hours. It was like three hours before we were supposed to leave. And at this point, like 4 to 5 hours before the other flight that was originally on was supposed to leave. So I'm like, you have plenty of time. Plenty of time. Yeah, that's what I'm assuming too, is that the moment that flight got delayed was that people were like, I'm not taking this late. I'm just gonna cancel my flight. So I think that's how some seats open up. So I'm really glad I did ask. I don't know. At this point, I'm like, I don't know if I should have taken the original flight because of other things that are about to happen. So I sit down at this counter. It was nice and quiet. And I look at my phone. I look at my emails. And wow, they gave me a voucher. They gave me a voucher, guys. They gave me a voucher to get dinner. I already ate dinner, but they gave me a voucher to get dinner. I was like, oh, how kind of them. How kind of them to provide me with $15 to spend on dinner. Like, how nice. I love this for me. Out of everything, I get a free dinner. Even though I already ate dinner. But it's fine. It's okay though, because the voucher kind of applies. It like applies. It's like valid for an entire day. And it applies to your card or something. So you can use it anywhere in the US, basically. You can use it anywhere at any restaurant or fast food place. And as long as you use it within the day, you're fine. So I did get my free lunch the next day. So I'm like, okay. Wow, great. I love this for me. I absolutely love this for me. So yeah, I sit down. And next to me sit one of the people that sat in the same row as me on the original flight. And they were like, oh, you were able to get on this flight? I was like, yeah, how have you guys been? And they were like, yeah, we rebooked ourselves, so we just got a refund and then rebooked our flight. I'm like, oh, I see. But they didn't get a voucher or anything because I think they did it that way. I think it was like 9 or so by the time they gave me the voucher. But I think I saw it at like 10 p.m. Oh, great. Great, thanks. But yeah, so I chatted with them for a bit. We were like, oh, this is insane. And also, oh my god, I forgot about this part. It was right before I got my ticket switched. I went to like that ticket counter, or like the gate counter, and there was another lady who was in front of me who had missed her flight. Like that was on the lady. That was not the airline's fault. Like it'd be like that sometimes. But she was so pissed. And they were like, well, we can't do anything for you. Like, you missed your flight. And I think she was about to fight this lady. I felt so bad for her. I'm like, I mean, these people are also just kind of doing their job, you know? It's a sucky situation for everyone involved. But I'm like, fighting them is not gonna help, you know? I'm like, you missing your flight, that one's on you. That one is on you. I'm in a different situation. But I was right behind that lady. I'm like, because this was me trying to ask if I could get my ticket switched. So I'm like, I turned myself around. I was like, I'm gonna go sit down and pretend I'm not here. Like, I made eye contact with the gate counter lady for a second. I sat down, and eventually the lady left. I was spooked. I was spooked. And I sat down for like a couple minutes, and then I got back up again, and they moved. There was another lady there at the counter too now. So I asked her like, hey, can you get my flight switched over? And the other lady that the one lady was like about to fight there came over. She was like, I saw you standing there. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to like ignore you. I'm like, no, you're good. I turned around because I was scared. I was scared, man. Like, I thought this lady was gonna fight you. She was very nice, though. They were very nice. Like, they were trying to help. I am weak, guys. I'm really bad with conflict. I'm like, I see conflict, I will turn around and run away. I'm like a weenie. I'm a weenie. But they were nice. They were nice. So, okay. I then sat down. I was waiting for this flight. It was gonna depart at like 1:30 at this point, and I see many other people that were originally on my flight, my original flight, who are coming here too. And I was like, great. So we're all reunited in our pains, and we're all trying to get there. And it was kind of funny because there was this one group of people who were having a great time somehow in the pains. You know when you're like suffering so much that you're just laughing about it and making the best of it? Like, that's exactly what they were doing. They actually had they had an air mattress in their carry-on that they pulled out and blew up so one of them could take a nap. I thought that was genius. And they were like, all right, everybody, we charged like $100 for 10 minutes on the air mattress. I thought it was so funny. I'm like, what a mood. Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do at that point. I'm like, it was late. I'm like, we were there for at least 12 hours at the airport by that time. We were at the airport for like 12 hours at that time. And we were just like done. We were so done. And then like there were some of the airport staff that I think they were taking care of the gate stuff outside. They couldn't do anything because there was no plane there. They found like a what is it called? A football? Yeah, a football. And they were like throwing ball with this kid in the gate area. It was kind of cute. So we were all just kind of like making the best of the situation. We're just chilling. Everyone was kind of chatting with each other. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. It just be like that sometimes. So eventually at 1 a.m. I got to board the flight. When this flight arrived, everyone cheered. We were like, yes, let's go. We're finally going. So at 1:40 or so, I think, we finally took off. I was like, great. We're finally going. And the flight itself was cryptic. It was really, really cryptic. So the perk was, from everything, the biggest dub I got that day was that in all the rebooking pains, I got upgraded to a first class seat. And I love that for me. And I still get a window seat. I love that for me. So I was also all the way in the front of the plane. It was great. I mean, it was still not comfortable to sleep in that area. But we got a first class seat, baby. Let's go. So we take off. We're like zooming through the air at this point. And since it's like middle of the night at this point, they turn off all the lights in the aircraft so that people could sleep, which was nice. I'm really bad at sleeping when I'm sitting, so there was not a lot of sleeping for me. I tried to like close my eyes for an hour, but after a bit, I gave up on sleeping. I'm just chilling here. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna enjoy the view because it was like kind of pretty outside. Because you could see all the lights of the cities as we flew over them, and you could look at the stars. It was really pretty. It was really pretty. So I was just like admiring the views, just chilling, and just having a chilling time. And I actually saw a shooting star. I saw a shooting star, and I prayed that the rest of the weekend was filled with good things and everything was gonna go well. I was like, okay. I prayed to the star. Yeah. Nothing like an uncomfortable first class upgrade. The biggest perk was that I had extra leg room though. The biggest perk was the extra leg room. My leg's long. I got long legs, guys. But it was also very fascinating. There were like a lot of clouds because of like storms and stuff. So the clouds were very pretty at night because they kind of like get illuminated like the cities. So it looks like this mysterious fog. Like if guys ever been to, you know, like a theme park or something, and they do like this atmospheric fog effect, where they fill like the floors with fog and then they add like a light and it like illuminates it like spookily kind of thing. That's kind of what it looked like from the airplane. It was very fascinating. Like, it was kind of like ominous, not gonna lie. It was kind of spooky. So it just looked like I was flying over this like black gaping hole that had like these little twinkling lights of the cities, but also these like spooky waves of mist and stuff. It was very very cool to look at. And eventually we start like descending. I'm like, oh, finally, I'm gonna be there, Zhuni. I'm coming. I'm on my way. And we fly through this cloud. We were flying through this cloud for like a solid 5 to 10 minutes. I got kind of spooked because I'm like, are we ever leaving this cloud? Like, are we close to the ground? Like, is it like a mist or something? Because I had no sense of where we were at anymore. And it was also spooky because like you're like flying and you know the airplane has like lights on it, but like you know it's dark outside. You can see like the wings and stuff, but as we were like going through this cloud, like the airplane would like illuminate the entire cloud. So suddenly it would get like insanely bright outside. And I was like, oh, what's going on? Oh, this is so fascinating. But it was like that for like a solid 10 minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, am I okay? Am I okay? So we kept descending. I'm like, okay, we're zooming. And eventually we were like getting really low. We were like getting there. And we landed. I was like, yes! Yes, I'm here! Yes, I'm here, finally! And the airport I went to was like one of those really, really tiny ones. That's basically like a trailer. It was a mini airport. Very, very small. So when you get off the plane, you basically end up outside. Like, it's a ramp outside. So I'm like, okay, all right, plane. We're outside now. We're on the ground, and I know it just stormed because it was like muggy and wet. And we go into this little tiny room that has like the baggage, and like they kind of take off the baggage. It's like so small. There's just like a singular little baggage thing, and they just literally put it out on that band right outside, and then it will come inside. I'm like, you might as well just give it to me outside at this point. I don't know what the purpose is of this, but okay. So I wait. But at least, like, we were the only plane that was landing there. And, like, they were not supposed to have planes there that late anyway. So there was no staff, really, either. So it was just, like, us. So we're waiting. I'm, like, waiting. And it came very, very fast because of that, though. But there was no bag. I already knew this. I already knew this was gonna happen. My bag was not gonna be there. It was gonna be on the other flight before I rebooked. So I'm like, great. Like, what do I do now? Where do I go? Because the problem was there was no one from the airline there. Except there was this one sheriff who was gonna close up the building. And he came to me, I came to him, I was like, so my bag's not here. And he's like, you have to leave. I'm like, what? Wait, what do you mean I have to leave? My bag's not here. I need my bag. so there was this like sign that I could scan, and like I could file a missing bag online. So I scanned it and I did that, and I went outside and he closed the door right behind me. I'm like, now what do I do? So I find Zhuni. I'm like, I don't have a bag, Zhuni. My bag is gone. I know exactly where it is. It's at this other airport. It's gonna land there very soon. And we go to Zhuni's house. Yeah, like, finally I'm here. On the way to Zhuni's house, though, we tried to like stop by like we tried to stop by a Walgreens or something to go like see if I can buy at least like a toothbrush or something, but they were closed. They were all closed. I'm like, oh, pain. Pain. Of course they're closed. Oh yeah. Zhuni got caught in the cloud that I was flying through, and it was like a bad storm apparently. I know. I genuinely think I'm cursed. I'm cursed. I'm cursed, guys. I am absolutely cursed. I was like, it's not normal. The amount of misfortune that I go through is not normal. It's not normal. Like, I wish I could say this was like an off chance of a bad experience, but it's not. Like, this kind of stuff happens to me all the time. Like, I'm used to dealing with these punches at this point. I'm like, what's going on? But I'm like, okay. We get to Zhuni's house, and Zhuni cleaned up real good. It is a very cute house. Zhuni has a cute house, and it has like a guest room and a guest bathroom. And I swear, the place was like decorated like a hotel. Like the bed was made. It had like a towel laying on the bed. The bathroom was like it has this like little box of like toiletries and like hand soaps and stuff. And even the toilet paper was folded. I was like, oh, wow, Hotel Zhuni Excel, let's go. So yeah, great host. Would definitely give a good review. 5 stars from Ayla. Had a good time. It was very great after my suffering. And yeah, I had to borrow Zhuni's clothes because I had no clothes to sleep in. So yeah. And I got a solid 3 hours of sleep after that. Like we got back and I immediately just passed out. I'm like, I need to sleep. I need to sleep. I get my sleeps. And I had to like wake up by 9ish. Yeah, do your laundry. Do your laundry. Oh yeah. They did send me an email. Like, how would you rate your flight experience? I'm like, I don't think you want to ask me this right now. I really don't think you want to ask me this right now. But okay, I wake up around like 9 because we were going to New York after that. From Gina's place. We had to like take a train and stuff. It was like a little bit of a trip. We had CodeX obligations we had to go to. So I wake up by 9. I had like 3 hours of sleep. So I'm like, you know, it's not the first time I survive on 3 hours of sleep. We're fine. We're fine. And Zhuni got me breakfast. Like I woke up at 9 every day. And I eat breakfast every day, guys. Be proud of me. But Zhuni got me breakfast, so we ate breakfast, and then we got ready to go because we had to start zooming. We had to start zooming to catch this train. But before that too, the other airport that I was that my bag was going to, they called me that morning. I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. So I called them back. And they were like, yeah, we got your bag here. I'm like, I know you have my bag. So, are you able to like bring it to New York? Like, are you able to send it to New York? Because I'm not gonna be here anymore. So there's no point in sending it here. Because I'm not gonna be here anymore. Can you send it to New York? And they're like, no, we have no flights from here to New York. I'm like, okay, great. At that point, just send it back to my home airport. Send it back to my home airport. Please. And they were like, okay, we can do that. So they sent it back to my home. I was like I could have it sent to the airport by Zhuni's place, but and like take it on my way back. But I'm like, at that point you might as well just send it back to my home airport, because at that point, like, I don't want to pay for a bag to take home that I haven't even used. So take it back, send it back home. It's fine. They didn't have any flights going, like, it has to go on their own airline. So they didn't have any flights going from that airport to the New York airport. So there was no way they could send it there. So they could only send it to this other airport or my home. So I'm like, just send it home. Send it home. Please send it home. And I was like, okay. So then we catch the train, and now we can talk about some fun stuff for a second. We could talk about some fun stuff for a second before I go into arc number 4 or something. Like I think we got through arc 1, arc 2, and arc 3. Like arc 1 was my original flight, ended up being canceled. Arc 2 was I got on this other flight and then I got rebooked. And arc 3 was I got on the flight and then I lost my luggage. So arc 4 of my flight struggles will continue in a little bit. But let's talk about some fun stuff, okay? So we get on the train. We made it to the train. We get on the train and we go to New York. We had like a quite a bit of a train ride. So we played Mario Kart on the train, as we do. We had a good time. The ticket guy came during our Mario Kart session. And I was like, is that Mario Kart? And Zhuni had to pause. To like scan our tickets. I'm like, heh. I paused though. He still won that race. It'd be like that. But we played Mario Kart. It was fun. And then we eventually got to New York. And we had to like stop by the stores on the way to our hotel. Because I needed to buy clothes. Because I had absolutely nothing on me. Like, I was able to get a toothbrush and toothpaste from Zhuni, and that was it. Well, I had the clothes I wore to sleep, but that was it. I had nothing else. So we went to Target. I bought a bunch of stuff like you know, I need underwear. I need underwear. I need socks. I needed some pants, some workout pants. I needed you know, a hairbrush, deodorant, all kinds of toiletries and stuff. So I bought that there. I had to buy shoes. There were shoes in my bag, sports shoes, because I only had my normal like walking shoes, but we were doing some activities. I'm like, I need some comfortable like walking shoes and stuff. They were in my bag, so I had to go buy those. So I struggled because we were in tourist New York, so they only had the expensive shoes there. But I ended up able to find a pair. Like my wallet was very sad. And then I also bought some shirts. So I ended up being able to buy some stuff, which was fine. It was fine. Yeah, it was pricey. I did not lose my bag just to have an excuse to go shopping. I haven't even been reimbursed yet for it, so I'm trying to get reimbursed for all these expenses because they better pay me back something for that because they lost my bag. But yeah, at least I got some new stuff, so that's nice. Like, yay. Yay. I'm not a shopaholic. I bought the bare minimum of the minimum. I bought exactly what I needed to survive the weekend. But yeah, we got to the hotel and we got to drop our stuff off, and we were gonna go get curry that day. So we went to go back into New York, and we got this go-go curry. I thought it was like you know, the typical kind of Japanese curry, but it was like a different kind of curry than I expected. But it was really, really good. It's really good. So we had that. That was very, very tasty. And we went to the Modern Art Museum, where we adventured throughout the museum, and we got to look at pretty pictures and funky pictures. We got to there were a lot of really funny pictures too, and a lot of chairs. There was a book about chairs, actually. A book about chairs. There were so many pictures that had really funny faces on it. I was like, look at that one, Zhuni. Look at that one. And Zhuni's the type to like read. Zhuni wants to read all the descriptions. We talked a little bit about this in our off collab, but Zhuni likes to read the descriptions, and I like to just look at the things. I'm not good at reading. So it was always me looking at the paintings, and Zhuni would read the descriptions, and then he would tell me about it. I was like, oh, fascinating. I'm just like, Zhuni, you got to feel the art. You got to feel the art, Zhuni. And he was like, no, just tell me. Just tell me what I'm supposed to feel. It was fun. It was fun. So we wandered around there for like 2 hours before they closed. It was very fun. It was very interesting. I got to look at many fun things. Yeah. Then we walked around the museum shop for a little bit, and they had this book about chairs there. It was like a anatomy of chairs, and there were like so many chairs. They all had real funky names. It was kind of fascinating. Like, I didn't know there were so many different types of chairs. Hello, welcome. It was truly a fascinating experience. It wasn't even the only book about chairs. How to Chair 101. Yeah, there were so many. I don't know. I have no idea what they were. So we looked through those and wandered around there. And then we also went to the Nintendo store, because it's an experience to just look at it all. And they had like a statue of this giant Splatoon gun. It was very fancy. They had these like a little Pikmin figures. And a lot of merch, of course. I bought a case for my Switch because I didn't have one yet. So it was kind of like another fear I had on my flight there was my Switch was just kind of loose in my bag. So I was like, I'm like worried I'm gonna break it. So I'm like, I kind of want to buy a case for my Switch. And the ones there weren't even that expensive. They weren't even that expensive. But I got a really cute one. It's like a pastel, like pink, yellow, and greenish. It kind of gives me ice cream kind of vibes. And it has Pokemon on it. It says like sweet like Pikachu, and it has a Pikachu on it. And such a sweetie has a Pichu on it. And love Pokemon 39 with a Jigglypuff. And it's so cute. It's so cute. So at least I got to buy it wasn't that expensive, so I got one. Originally I was like, I'm gonna look for Switch cases because I kind of need one, but I feel like I'm not gonna buy one here because they're probably gonna be expensive at the, you know, Nintendo store. But they weren't that bad, so I bought one. I'm like, it's fine. It's gonna protect my Switch. Very important. Very important. So we got that. And then we went back to the hotel because, you know, I finally got my clothes so I could take a shower because I wasn't able to. I got some new clothes, so I put them on. It was great. I took a shower. And then we... what did we do after that? We did some CodeX stuff. Which was fun. And this is where we had... it was our next misfortune on the trip. Like all the CodeX stuff was great. But then we were trying to get back to our hotel after that. And it was like 11 p.m. at night by that point. So we didn't notice that the buses stopped running that late to get back to our hotel. So we're like, okay, how are we gonna get back? How are we getting back? So we found a train that was supposed to take us pretty close. So we started walking to the train, and where the phone GPS said that the train stop was supposed to be, there was a train, but it was a different line than what we were supposed to take, and we were very confused. It's like, it says the like F train is here, but here it says that the M train is here, but we need to take the F train. Like, why is it not here? And there was something about them like rerouting a lot of things, and we were just so confused. We're like, oh god, there's not gonna be a train here. There's not gonna be a train here. So we're like, oh god. So it was about a 40-minute walk. F in the chat train. The train said F you. So yeah, we didn't want to take a taxi because we're, you know, I'm like broke at this point, guys. I'm broke at this point. So it was like a 40-minute walk, because there was like a, you know, a 30-minute ride with the bus and the train and stuff, with like everything going on. But it was a 40-minute walk, and we're like, okay. How do you feel? Ayla? Was Zhuni? I'm like, you know what? Let's just walk. And like, it was like night, so like it cooled down. The temperature was kind of perfect. It wasn't hot, but it wasn't cold. There was a nice breeze, and we weren't in a dangerous area of like, we weren't in downtown New York at this point. We were in like Queens area. It was like there were some bars around that were okay populated, but there was also like law enforcement around, so like things were kept under control, and it wasn't like a sketchy area. So we're like, you know what? Let's just walk back. Why not? We need the exercise. Why not? So we started walking. And you know, it was kind of a nice walk. It was kind of a nice walk. We were very much keeping an eye out though. Like Zhuni especially was very much keeping an eye out. Like if it was me alone, absolutely not. But we were very much keeping an eye out for like any danger. But it was fine. It was fine. We walked and we got back like 40 minutes later. We got back around like 1 a.m. And you know, at this point, I'm still running on 3 hours of sleep. I'm still running on 3 hours of sleep. I'm surprised I was like as alive as I was. I think cause like we kept active the entire day. I don't get tired that much when I'm like constantly active and I have things to do. So kind of run on adrenaline, you know? Kind of run on adrenaline. Yeah. But yeah, the plan was if we were attacked, Zhuni would fight and I would run. Not that I could run at this point, because, you know, we were walking all day. My legs were very tired. We were still walking. So yeah, we got back to the hotel without a problem. Everything was fine. Everything was safe. The walk was kind of nice. It was a nice breeze. It was kind of relaxing. It was kind of relaxing. So we got back to the hotel at 1 a.m. and I passed out. Basically passed out. Have a good sleep. We both had a good sleep. And we woke up around like 9. And when I woke up, alright. Airport arc 4. Let's start. When I woke up, I saw that they called me again. I was like, okay. Why are they calling me? And they were like, we found your bag. I'm like, I know you found my bag. You called me yesterday and I already took care of it, right? Like, is there a problem? Is there a problem? Why are you calling me again? So, in that moment, they called my producer, NexStage producer, cause he's the one who booked my flight, you know, so his phone number was on there too. Who then shot me a message like, hey, they just called me. I was like there at that moment. It was like 9 a.m. They called him, and he was like, she don't live here. I'm like, yeah, I don't live here. So he was like, go call them back. I'm like, okay, will do. I'm awake now. I'm here. I will call them back right now. And I call him back. And this was literally minutes after they called him. And they didn't pick up. They didn't pick up. I was like, what? There's like, you reached this airline and we're currently either on the phone or not at the office. I'm like, what do you mean? You just called us. What do you mean you're not there? I'm like, okay, great. So I left my name. I was like, yeah, I'm Ayla. Call me back at this phone number and let me know. So I called them back like at least 5 more times that day. No answer. I'm like, great. They never called me back either, of course. I'm like, okay, it's fine. So the rest of the day was fine. We were doing our CodeX things, so we got our things done. It was a good time. Very, very good time. Yep. I think we didn't get back too late from that, because we were like, we're not gonna miss this bus again. Well, to get back that morning though to CodeX Adventures, we ran into the problem where we took a bus and we had to switch another bus. And that bus was not coming. And it just endlessly was not coming. It was just not coming. And we were like, we got places to be. We have things to do. Like, where is the bus? Where is the bus? And it just never came. So we ended up switching on a train instead, which actually took us like a little bit further for where we had to be. So we had to walk a decent amount again after that too. We're just like, bruh. I've done so much walking this weekend, man. My legs were dead. I'm like, I'm almost glad we did that Ring Fit stream, because I think that Ring Fit stream was the thing that trained my legs. I think I definitely would have died if we didn't have that very small training arc right before we left. I was like, wow. But yeah, basically the entire weekend I was suffering through like muscle pains. It's like when you sit down for a bit and you let them relax, and then you try to stand up and you're like, I'm so sore. But then you start moving and you're kind of okay. But yeah, so we got there eventually. So we had to deal with that. But when we left, we were like, okay, well, there's no way we're gonna miss this bus. We're taking this bus. We're not missing the last bus of the night again. So we left a little bit earlier that day, and we got on the bus. Okay, we ate dinner. It was fine. It was fine. You guys want another Ring Fit stream? It's gonna come at some point. Maybe. Maybe. And we had to switch buses, so we got off the bus and then we waited for the other bus. And I don't know. This thing happened there too. I don't know why our adventures were so adventurous. Like, what's up? So we're waiting on the bus, and the bus was a little late. It wasn't like very late. It's just the bus wasn't the problem though. There was this car that stopped right in front of the bus stop, and this man came out of it, and there was this lady who was driving. And this man ran over to like another hotel that was like right next to where this bus stopped. And where this car stopped. So they went over there, and the lady was just sitting there. I'm like, you're like right where the bus is supposed to be stopping in like, I don't know, 2 minutes. I'm like, this is not a good spot to stop, but I'm gonna just let you do your thing. Like, okay. Thank you! And I'm a magnet for adventure, alright. Misfortune comes my way. So eventually the man comes back. Like, they were lucky that the bus was late. So eventually the man comes back, and he has like, you know, one of those trolleys that they have at the hotel, and there's like 2 big boxes on it. I'm like, okay. So this bus stop was kind of on a slope. And they were like loading these boxes in their car. I'm like, I don't know why you're stopping in front of the bus stop to do this and not like the hotel itself, but okay. So he puts the like trolley on next to the car, and it's like on the slope, and he grabs one of the boxes and starts putting it in the trunk of the car, not realizing that, you know, the trolley has wheels and it's on this slope. And it very slowly started moving. And you know, downwards at the slope was the street. And like, there's a bunch of cars going there. Yeah, this car was like a luxury car or whatever. So this thing starts rolling down. I was like, I saw it happening. I was like, I'm like, so I run and I grab it. I grabbed it, guys. I was like, no, you don't go down there. I'm like, I'm not about to let this happen and let this whole thing drive into the street and cause like a giant crash of some sort. So Ayla saved the day. I'm like, maybe this good deed will somehow give me good karma for the rest of the weekend or something. I don't know. But they were like, oh, thank you. I'm like, yeah. And then it continued loading, and they just didn't grab the trolley from me, so I was just standing there like holding this trolley. Just holding this little trolley. I'm like, my bus is about to come. Like, I need to go get on that bus, guys. And he ended up finishing packing the car because I had to kind of like unload the trunk and reload it to get these big boxes in there. I don't know what was going on. It was insane. Oh, happy birthday, Black Lame! Happy birthday! Enjoy the birthday drink. Enjoy it. Would you have just let it go, Zhuni? So yeah, eventually they were done and they grabbed the trolley back and they started to bring it back to the hotel, and then the guy got in the car and left. And I was like, okay, we're good. We're good. And the bus still didn't come. I'm like, at this point, I'm like, thank God it didn't come during this whole trolley adventure. I'm like, that would have been bad. And then another car pulled up right in front of the bus stop. And then the bus did come and it pulled up behind that car. And I just walked over there and we got in the bus and then we got back and we were fine. And we got back to the hotel. I see. Oh yeah, I was like holding on to the trolley and then eventually Zhuni came over and we tried to like position this trolley in such a way that it wasn't gonna roll down the hill. But it was like a weirdly sloped diagonal slope, so either way we positioned it, it was still rolling. But yeah, all was well and we got back around like, I think it was like somewhere between 9 or 10 that night. And we both took showers and we were gonna play Mario Kart, you know, as one does. We were like, oh yeah, we'll have a chill night and we'll play some Mario Kart. And no, we were just so tired. We were like, gonna go to sleep. And Zhuni was out. I'm like, I'm gonna go to sleep too. And I was out. And we woke up at like 8:30ish or something. I'm like, wow, I woke up before 9. EP time! I was like, okay, great. We're like awake now and we went to go get breakfast. You know what was funny though? At least the day before that day, like the bus slope kind of day, that morning, our hotel had like free breakfast, which was great. And Zhuni was like, I'm gonna go wake up early and go get breakfast and then go get ready. And I'm like, I'm waking up at the latest point that I can and then I'll have breakfast. And Zhuni was like, I'm gonna go get early so that there's no one there. So I wake up late and it was like, great. I slept in just a little bit because, you know, I hadn't slept that previous night. So I needed to sleep in just a little bit. So I got dressed and then I got breakfast like 10 minutes before they stopped serving breakfast. And Zhuni got back and he was like, it was so busy. Because apparently there's a Pokemon Go tournament or an event or something going on. And there's all these Pokemon Go players and they're wearing these Pokemon Go shirts. And they were all at breakfast. I was like, ha. And when I went down, like right before they like stopped breakfast, it was so quiet and peaceful. I'm like, ha, take that, Zhuni. So yeah, I had good breakfast. I ate breakfast. I was a good noodle. Except for the fact that they had no spoon, so I had to eat my yogurt with a fork. But it'd be like that sometimes. But it was very good. You know, it's hotel breakfast. It was good. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. It was decent. You make it work. Man. You just scoop. It's just sad. Zhuni made this an analogy. Is that what it's called? It was like life is like eating yogurt with a spoon. You can get most of it, but not all. It was like you can scoop most of it out because like the forks are like, you know, you'll pick some of it up, but you just can't get the last little bit of it. But you can sort of spoon. Yeah, Go Fest was in New York that weekend, and a lot of them was staying at the same hotel that we were at. That was great. It was great. But yeah. So we got breakfast again the next day. This was like our last day there. So we got breakfast, and the Pokemon Go people were still there. They were still chilling. This time we were like more busy because we were trying to not leave at the last minute this time because I had sleep early. So we had breakfast. It was good. And we got all packed up. I mean, I didn't have a lot of stuff. I bought a little backpack as I was out buying my stuff too. I got it free with my shoes actually. They had like a deal where if you spend this amount of money, you get like a discount of this amount. And my shoes were like right below that amount, so I bought an extra bag because I'm like, you know what? I need to take this stuff home. So like I need a bag of some sort. So I got a little sports bag. And it was a lot cheaper than what it originally said it was too. But it was enough to put me over the limit and it made my shoes just a little bit cheaper. And I got a bag with it too. It was great. It was great. So I put it all in my bag and we were on our merry way back to do more CodeX adventures. And that all went well. We had a good time there. And then we went back. We had to take the train again to go all the way back to Zhuni's house. And we almost missed it. We didn't almost miss it. Like, it was a tight squeeze. So we had to like zoom from where the train dropped us off to where the other train was. Where past my good old Target again, where I got my goodies. So we were zooming to go get that train, and it was alright. It was alright. We were able to get on it, and we got a seat, and we were just chilling on the way back. And yeah, we got back a little later than we hoped, I think. But so by the time we got there were not like a lot of places open for like dinner. But we got like Five Guys. We got some burgers. It was like tasty. And we got back and we were doing some little testing for the stream the next day that night. And then went to sleep. We had a good sleep. And the next day, Zhuni made breakfast. And we did our stream, our off-collab stream, because we had to do it. We wanted to do it really badly, because we promised you guys. So we tried to make it happen regardless. Even though I was flying that day, I was like, we could squeeze it in the morning. We're like, okay, let's go, let's do it. At that point, like, we hadn't had any time to practice. Because I was supposed to get in earlier on Thursday, and we would have like the day to like practice and get it all sorted. But we had to be a little quiet when we got back at night because Zhuni's roommate was sleeping. And, you know, I didn't want to be loud and be a disturbance. So we practiced really quietly. But, you know, I couldn't sing fully. So it wasn't really a practice. But we like ran through one song before the stream. And we were like, let's go. And then the entire computer crashed the moment the stream was supposed to start. Like, I don't know what it is with the amount of misfortune that I have. I think I'm generally cursed, and I think it rubs off on other people too. So I do apologize. If any of you guys have any misfortune, it's probably my fault. But eventually we got the stream to work. Everything worked fine. The downside, the good thing, I did take my like phone with me to like, you know, capture, but I put my phone holder, like the little stand, was in my suitcase. So we had to get real creative with trying to like prop up my phone. It was in like this little box for like earplugs. And we stuffed the earplugs in the back of it to like make it stand up, and it was leaning against this bottle of iced tea. That's how I got to track my face. The other thing that was in my suitcase though Oh, there's so many goodies in there. I'll talk about that later. Oh no! Oh no, Rumi heard me sing the entire time. I'm so sorry, Rumi. I hope we didn't keep them up. Thanks, Rumi, though. Thank you, Rumi. But yeah. We got through the stream. It was like morning, so like I'm never good at singing in the morning. It's like the morning voice is kind of like scrunkly. We tried to do a little warm up beforehand, but we didn't have a lot of time, so it was scuffed. But we tried our best and we had a fun time doing it. I'm really glad that you guys enjoyed it, though. I know it was like a last minute thing that we ended up being able to do, but I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you. And you know, during that stream, we mentioned that on Thursday, Zhuni very much hyped up the dinner plans we had, and that we were gonna go get them for lunch instead that day. And I was so excited. It was this I think Asian place, and we were gonna go there. So I packed up all my stuff because I'm like, I'm just gonna take everything with me just in case it takes long, and because I had my flight that afternoon. So we were going there, and we got there, and oh wait, I completely forgot. Unlike Sunday, that one morning, I did call back the airport, and they finally picked up about my bag. And they were like, we have your bag. I'm like, yeah, I know. You called me on Friday. I'm like, is there an issue with sending it back to my home? And they were like, what? No. Like, what's your address in New York? I'm like, I don't live here. So I don't know what they were on about, but it was something about I was like, just send it back to my home. Like, can you do that? And they were like, yeah. I'm like, then just do it. I'm like, I already called you on Friday, and they were like, no. I spoke to this other guy yesterday. I'm like, yeah, but you spoke to me the day before that. Like, we already figured this out. But they were like, oh yeah, okay. Your bag's gonna be on this flight tonight at like 11, and I was like, okay, so when I get back tomorrow, it'll be there, right? It'll be there for me to pick up on my way home, right? And they were like, yeah, I'll be there. I'm like, okay, great. All right. Ayla's bag the way home. Coming to cinemas in 2025. Honestly. So yeah, I did get in contact with them there. So okay. Back to Monday after the stream. On our way to the Asian place, I tried to check into my flight. I think this is arc number 5. I tried to check into my flight for that afternoon. My flight was leaving around like 5:30 or something. And it wouldn't let me. I tried to like check in, and it was like, you have a payment due of $7. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, my flight's paid for. My flight is paid for. Like, what do you mean? So I call up, the producer, because they booked a flight. I'm like, hello. I don't know what's going on here. And they called the airport for me. Bag return fee. Like, if they're gonna charge me to send back my bag, I'm like, what? No. I mean, there's no other charges on it though. Like, there's no charge on it. Like, everything that I had was already paid for. And they were able to figure it out, and I could like check in or something. So I tried checking in again, and at the end it kept adding on this like it kept adding on this like airport assistance kind of fee. I'm like, what does this mean? Like, you know nowadays when you go to like an airport, you can check in on your own online, and when you get there, they have these machines where you can self-tag your bags, and all you have to do is take it to the counter, and they will weigh it and put it on the band, and that's kind of it. But if you want them to like check you in manually or like help you tag your bag or whatever, then they charge you this fee apparently nowadays. I'm like, what do you mean? But I'm like, I don't need that. I don't need that help. I don't even have a bag at this point. Like, I actually want a refund from this checked bag on my way back because we paid for a checked bag and I don't have one because you guys lost my bag. I don't have a bag. The bag that I have is a little backpack that fits as a personal item that is free. So I'm like, okay, why are you gonna keep adding this on? Like, I'm not gonna pay you an extra $25 for something that I'm not even using. Which is very funny because they keep adding that on, I had to actually go to the ticket booth and have them help me. I'm like, there's no way you're gonna charge me for this. But I'm like, okay. Like, eventually, I'm like, I'll just go to the airport later and go just a little bit earlier and do it there and have them be like, take it off or whatever. So we got eventually to, you know, the restaurant that I was very excited to eat at, and we walk up there, and guess what? They're closed on Mondays. They're closed on Mondays. Closed on Mondays. So we couldn't go there. I was so sad. We're like, okay, well, Junior was like, all right then, do you want ramen, Ayla? I'm like, yeah, let's get ramen instead. So we drove to this different area, and we went to the ramen shop, and we walk up there. And they're closed too! We're not even in New York at this point anymore. We're by where Zhuni lives. But yeah. So we couldn't get ramen either. And there's a lot of Asian places that are typically closed on Mondays. Where it's like the pain and suffering. So we're like, okay, well, where else do we go? And we ended up deciding on Shake Shack. So we're gonna go to Shake Shack. So we started driving there. And in the same plaza, I saw Hooters. So we look over, it's like, oh, Hooters. And he was like, oh, Hooters. Like, you wanna go there, Ayla? I'm like, yeah, we should go there, Zhuni. We should go there. He's like, wait, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, Zhuni, we should go to Hooters. He's like, I'm like, we should go to Hooters, Zhuni. So I took Zhuni to Hooters. We were served by this very nice lady, and don't worry, it was absolutely me that instigated the Hooters. Zhuni just made a joke, and I was like, yeah, we should go. And then we went. We went for the content. No, it was actually kind of tasty though. It was kind of tasty though. So we had a little seat. You know, it was not busy because it's like in the middle of the day at this point. We had a little seat. Juni's seat was like looking out on this wall full of pictures of bikini ladies. And he was like, I don't know where to look. Like, I don't know where to look. Then we ordered our food. I couldn't decide if I wanted chicken wings or a fish sandwich. So we asked the lady for her recommendations, and she's like, they're both good. And I'm like, why do you want? And I was like, okay, well, like, I'm thinking about like the chicken wings with like barbecue sauce. But I'm like, I'm also thinking about the fish sandwich. And she was like, okay, yeah. The fish sandwich comes with fries though. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Like, I kind of want the fries. So I'm gonna go with the fish sandwich. It's like, okay. And then she went to Zhuni for a second. And she looked back to me. I'm like, but the chicken wings, if you get the chicken wings, you can take Zhuni's fries. I'm like, oh, you got a good point there. I could steal Zhuni's fries. That's a very valid observation. Maybe I'll go with the chicken wings then. And then she went back to Zhuni, and Zhuni was like, I'm gonna go with like the chicken sandwich. And she was like, oh, actually, like if you want the chicken with the barbecue, you can get the chicken sandwich with the barbecue sauce. So you have the sandwich from the fish sandwich, but you also have the chicken, and you also have the sauce, and you'll have the fries with it too. I was like, you're so right, queen! So I got the chicken sandwich too. So yeah, we both got the chicken sandwich, and she gave me a Coke too. She was very nice. This was a very lengthy debated process. I was like, I don't know what to get, and we found the solution. She was very nice. I'm so easy to convince. She maxed out intelligence squad stats. I love that for her. So yeah, we ate the food. It was very tasty. It was a good experience. She was a very nice lady. A very pretty lady too. We enjoyed our food at Hooters. Zhuni enjoyed the experience. He had so many questions. You guys know Zhuni. It's more about, he's like, what? So what's the reasoning behind this? I'm like, what are your experiences with this? That's kind of question. Oh man, it was fun. And afterwards, originally we were gonna go to Costco and get ice cream there. I really wanted it still, but I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, maybe I should go to the airport, because at this point it was like 3 hours before my flight was supposed to leave. And you know, technically we would have had time because this is a small airport, so I'm like through everything within like 10 minutes. But I'm like, I kind of have this issue with the check-in, so I'm like, let me just go there. I also am very full from eating chicken, so I'm like, I don't think I can actually stomach the entire ice cream because they're kind of big, but it's so good. But it's I'm not gonna feel sick. I can't eat it all. So you know what? Let's just go to the airport. And we go to the airport, and I look at it, you know, the flight status, because you know, I better be safe than sorry. And we had a 30-minute delay. I'm like, okay, it's fine. You know, 30 minutes is fine. It's fine. We're like, oh god, we're gonna start this all over again, are we not? We're gonna start this all over again. We got there like 3 hours before the flight, and I didn't notice they don't open their counters until 2 hours before the flight. So no one's there. I'm like, great. I could have just gone to Costco and got my ice cream. I'm like, well, dang. Why did you panic, Ayla? Why did you panic? So I go back out and at this point I was like, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna go fix my check-in, and I'm coming back out, and we can just chill in the car for a bit, Zhuni, because I don't want to go in there. So we went to like the waiting lot area and we played Mario Kart. It was fun. It was fun. And then like about an hour later or so, like 40 minutes to an hour, I check again. Instead of leaving at 5:30, we now left at 8:30. I'm like, what do you mean 3 hours? What do you mean 3 hours? What do you mean 3 hours? Like, are we gonna start this all over again? Are you freaking serious? Oh my gosh. So we got back to the check-in. I went in there. I didn't even grab my stuff. I was like, I'm going there. I go and I figured out my my check-in situation. They were like, did you get the app? I'm like, oh, I guess I download the app. I hate getting apps for everything. I really wanted to get the ice cream, but I was like, okay. I'm like, if I leave right now and come back like, you know, 2 hours before the 8:31 leaves, am I fine? And they were like, you know, we can't promise that. They might find a different airplane and we'll still leave on time, so we don't recommend anyone leaving. I was like, great. Because I had the point, like I had the option to like go back with Zhuni for a little bit and leave later, but like, do I want to risk that? Because you know my luck would be the moment that I do leave the airport, it's gonna be the moment they find a different plane, and I'm gonna miss my flight, and then they're gonna put all the cost on me. Like I just know. So I sat in Zhuni's car for like 20 minutes debating my options in my life. I'm like, fine, I'm gonna suffer. So I grabbed my bag and we went through. I said goodbye to Zhuni. Zhuni was like, you know, if at 8:30 there's another delay and you're still here, I'm gonna come get you. I'm like, you're such a homie, Zhuni. You're such a homie. You're such a homie. So I go get my bag. I say goodbye to Zhuni, and Zhuni's like, I hope I don't see you anymore today. I'm like, I hope so too. I hope so too. So I went through, you know, as it goes, it's like, you know, 5 minutes and you're through. It's like a single room kind of airport. There's 2 gates and one of them wasn't even used. So I sat down. I played Mario Kart as one does. I also like at the ticket counter I asked like, hey, can I get a refund for this extra check bag? And they gave me this like little card that's like, scan this for to like file for a refund online. I'm like, great. I will attempt to do that because I obviously don't have a check bag to bring back because of you guys, and we definitely paid for one, and you know the bags were more expensive than the flight, so you better give it back to me. Yeah, we was just sitting there playing Mario Kart. I've played so much Mario Kart, guys. If I didn't have Mario Kart, I would not have survived this weekend. I would not have survived those hours of waiting. So, say a thank you to Mario Kart in the chat. Like, thank you, Mario Kart. I owe you my life. So, I was playing Mario Kart, and then my Switch died within like 30 minutes because we were playing in the car and it was like hot, so I was draining the battery, and I forgot to charge my Switch the night before. I was stupid. I didn't know how low it was on battery. So I was like, oh god, where are the plugs? I couldn't initially find any plugs. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna sit here for like 3, 4, 5 hours with nothing to do. But then another airplane came and another flight left. So it wasn't my flight. I did in fact wait at least 3 hours. But another flight left, so the room emptied out a little bit. So I got up. They have like this little like shop area in the bar. And I got like a drink and a snack and stuff. And they actually have like little plugs there. So I went to sit down in that area. I was like, okay, I can go charge my stuff here. It's great. It was great. It had this little table, this little plug, and I would sit down. And the moment I sat down, the lady was like, you need to leave this area because we're gonna close up after this flight leaves. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, I just want to sit here and use the plug. Like, it's not a problem. But okay. And she was like, yeah, there's a plug right over there. So I sat right out there. It was like this plug where a light was plugged in. So I plugged in my switch on the bottom and I started charging my switch. And I sat down on this very cold metal chair, which was very cool. Very cold. My butt was cold. It was freezing. Yeah, my Switch got enough charge where I could just play Mario Kart while I was charging, so it was nice. It was nice. I could play at least. I had something to do, guys. I had something to do. And the weird thing was that there were like at least 6 flies surrounding my chairs. And I was really concerned. Because I'm like, what kind of nasty thing is around here that 6 flies would be circling my chairs? And they were constantly landing on me. But I'm like, I can't move because this is the only plug I find. And I need to charge. So I'm just suffering playing Mario Kart while trying to like wiggle these flies off of me that constantly are landing on me. And I felt so gross. I felt so gross, guys. It was so gross. And eventually, slowly, the area fills up again. I keep an eye, and like the flight time didn't delay much further. It was about the moment, like about like 20 minutes before my flight would board. At this point, goodbye, Phantom. Thank you. So. I was like concerned that they were gonna charge me for a carry-on for my extra little bag that I had. I was really concerned that they were gonna be like, that's not, you already have your little backpack and that's your, you know, your personal item, and your extra little sports bag, that's a carry-on. Like, you need to pay for that, and you know, it's more expensive if you pay at the gate instead of doing it online. I thought for sure they were gonna do that. So about 20 minutes before boarding, I went into the bathroom and I like completely repacked my bags. I was like, I'm gonna see if I can squish my like backpack into the sports bag. That wasn't really working. That was not really working. The sport bag was just slightly too small for that. But I was like, okay, I'm gonna like my backpack is kind of like one of those pretty cheap ones. So like I'm gonna stuff all of my, you know, clothes in here. All my clothes are going in my like tiny little backpack, so that because I had an extra pair of shoes. That was really the big problem. The shoes were like out there. So I tried to stick the shoes back into the little bag, the extra bag I had, as well as my headphones. My headphones I kind of kept around my neck instead, so I had more room in my other bag. And what else did I have? I think my pants were the bigger ones, so I rolled those up and put them in the bigger bag. And I also had my Switch, which doesn't really fit in my tiny little backpack, but I now had like, you know, the little case, so I just held it in my hands instead. And it all got compact enough that there's no way it didn't fit in the little, like, you know, when they have those like little stands where you can measure how big your personal item or like carry-on is, and it has to fit in that specific area. And like my backpack and my separate sports bag both fit in the personal items area. So I'm like, there's no way they can't let me on. There's no way they're gonna charge me for a carry-on. Like, I will actually fight them. Like, actually, I will fight them. But, yeah. So, I was waiting. And I looked at the time. And they did add another 30 minutes of delay on top of the 3 hours I had. So, I was like, okay. It's okay. It's only 30 minutes. At this point, 40 minutes is nothing. It's nothing. And at that point, the flight that we were gonna be on did land. It landed, guys. It landed. And it arrived at the gate. And everyone was cheering. We were all like, yeah! Because they were like, your flight this to this area. Your plane has arrived. Get ready for boarding. And we were like, yeah! Let's go! We're ready to go home! So, yeah, I got ready. And, I went to look up my boarding pass on the app again, and I couldn't find it. Like, there was a special button for it before, and it kind of disappeared. So I went through the front counter. I was like, my boarding pass disappeared from the app. Like, can you print me one before I get here later? And you're like, wait. You're not on this flight. You don't have a boarding pass. I'm like, I know I have a boarding pass. I did screenshot it, but I think I screenshotted the wrong one. So I was like, oh god, I have no other boarding pass. Like, and they did find me, and they did print me a boarding pass. So we were good. Except when we did start boarding and they tried to scan it, I think there was an issue with it. I don't know. They were like, this one, I don't know. But the lady that gave me the boarding pass was like, I know her. She's fine. Let her go. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like holding my bags. I'm like, please don't look at these bags. Like, please don't make me pay for them. And they didn't. And I walked outside. I was like, let's go. We're getting ready to go. And I get on the flight and I sit down. I'm like, great. I'm here. My bags are here. I'm here. And then we did take quite a bit to leave. I was like getting concerned, but they were fueling because, you know, the plane just landed, so they needed to like refuel a bit. So we ended up leaving probably about 4 hours. 4 hours past original. I think we're like 3.5 hours past original, like, scheduled departure time. But we were zooming. I had to like text my roommate, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm gonna be in late. I'm really sorry. I'm like, you know, you can take your time getting there. Like, even if I land at this time, feel free to like get there a little later than that, because I need to go fight this airline anyway when I get there. But I landed eventually. It was like an okay flight. It was insanely uncomfortable. Like, my butt was so sore. Like, because I wasn't in first class anymore this time. I'm like, wow, I feel the difference in, you know, seats. I'm like, wow. But we got there eventually, and everything was fine. And we get off the airplane, and I'm like, oh god, finally. I don't even want to look at this airport anymore though, but so I'm just gonna zoom because, you know, my roomie is waiting for me. I was like, hey roomie, I have landed. I'm gonna go to my bags. It shouldn't take that long because I'm not technically waiting for bags. They should already have it. So I went there. I went to the bag area and I was like, hi. My name's Ayla, and you were supposed to have my bag. And they were like, okay, what's your, what's your, you know, flight confirmation number and stuff. And I gave it to them, and they were like, okay, we're gonna go check in the back. It says it's still in transit, but it should be in the back if we have it. So this guy went back there and they couldn't find it, and they went into the other room, they couldn't find it, so they asked me to come back there. I don't think I was supposed to be back there and look, and I couldn't find it either. My bag was not there, guys. My bag was not there. I expected that. I knew it wasn't gonna be there, but my bag was not there. Yeah. So I ended up just leaving my phone number and I left. Because what else do I do? And I got home and went to bed because it was like midnight at that time. And I tried to call them since yesterday. I've called them like a total of wait, let me count. I've called them 10 times since yesterday, and they're not picking up the phone again. So I still don't have my bag. And I'm kind of very sad about it, because I didn't put anything insanely valuable in there, but I brought my pen lights, like, you know, idle pen lights. I brought pen lights because I wanted to show them to Zhuni, because Zhuni was curious about them, so I brought those. And I'm like, I want them back. And there's like a couple of like clothing items in there that I bought as like a pre-order kind of thing. So they're like kind of limited edition things, because you can only really buy these kinds of clothing items because they're like, you know, concert merch or, you know, things like that. You can only buy them as like a pre-order or like venue pickup kind of thing. So they're not available to be bought anymore. So if I lose them, I can't like buy another one kind of thing. And you basically can't really find them online anywhere because people don't really resell them either. So I'm like, please find my bag. Aside from that, it's like I don't really care that much. It's just clothes, and you know, I mean, things like makeup and stuff is kind of expensive. So I'm like, as long as I get reimbursed for the rest of it, I'm like fine. But I'm like, I'm mostly just sad about the items that I can't really replace. There's like 2 t-shirts like that, 1 hoodie. Actually 3 t-shirts like that. But one of them I should be able to get replaced. But the 2 shirts and the hoodie, probably not. So I'm like kind of like, please buy my bag. And yeah, I already like filed a claim to get money back for at least the stuff that I had to buy. So we'll see if they take that, and I'm very confused about marking what's in my bag. Because they like require you to let them know when you purchase things. I'm like, I don't remember when I purchased the things in my bag. Like, who remembers when you buy a specific kind of shirt that you have for a while? Like, you don't. And like, I don't have a receipt for it either. I don't have a receipt for it either. But like the limited like item stuff. Conrad, thank you for the 420. Thank you, thank you. For like the limited item stuff, it's like, you know, even if like when I bought it, it was like maybe like, you know, 70, 80, 100 bucks or something. I'm like, since I can't rebuy it, like the value is a lot higher right then. right? Like, I want to be compensated more for that, because I can't, like, replace it, right? Like, there's value in that. I'm like, bruh. Bruh. But I'm also like, how do you lose my bag? Like, you had it. Like, all you had to do was put it on this plane back home. It's a single plane, right? Like, how do you lose that? And they refused to pick up the freaking phone. And that's like that's the only phone number I have too, is from the bag area in that one airport that had my bag. I don't even have the phone number of the bag area in my home airport. They have my phone number, but they haven't called me yet about anything yet. Everything else is all like online email / automated messaging system, where you have to like file a complaint or like things like that. I'm like, I just want to talk to a person. I just want to talk to a person. Let me talk to you. Like, just give me my bag back, man. I know it's somewhere. Like, you can't like lose it. Yeah. I think they're gonna keep looking for the next 30 days or something. I'm like, how do you lose it? How do you lose it? I'm like, the lack of care for people's stuff. Yeah, I'm really thinking about going back to the airport sometime this week and be like, hey, is there any update about this? Cause like, it's my stuff, man. It's my stuff. So yeah, that was my my airport adventure. So Arc 7 is me still dealing with it today. Yeah. I'm also kind of dumb where I didn't save the receipts of the stuff I bought, so I hope they're gonna be okay with taking my bank statement for it. But I'm like, I'm stupid. I'm stupid. It's like I had very limited like stuff to like carry around, so I'm like, I just threw away the boxes and bags that I didn't need, but I didn't realize the receipts were in there. I'm like, dang, it'd be like that. Aside from that though, like the weekend was very fun. It was a very fun time. It was a fun time getting to hang out with Zhuni in person, and we did a lot of adventuring and exploring, and CodeX activities went really well. Yeah, I'm never flying again. I'm never flying again. Never flying again. If I fly again, everything is going in my little sports bag, and it's gonna be my personal item. I'm not paying for luggage. I'm gonna keep everything very close to me, and yeah. Unless I'm going overseas somewhere, I'm not, you know. I'm not checking a bag ever again. Thank you so much for the Supalio! Start of Ayla's GoFundMe towards a new bag. Yeah, honestly. Yeah. If they do compensate me for lost stuff, I definitely hope I can get something more out of it than just, you know, the items. I'm gonna get stuff out of it. They better pay me good. If they ever want me to fly with their airline ever again. But yeah, maybe CodeX surprises. Who knows? I can't say anything yet. Hehe. But yeah. Those were my adventures this weekend. I am in pain. I'm in pain. I can't talk about the specific airline. I'm sorry. I don't want to name names. for my own protection. But yeah, I slept in good last night, or yesterday morning, to recover from my experiences. And the perk is, because I went to like bed like on time and I woke up on time all weekend, I think I'm fixing my sleep schedule though. Like I'm forcing myself to wake up around like 9 or 10 so I can get into a better habit of working. Yeah. We're gonna turn this around. We don't get hung up on our misfortune. We're gonna turn it around and be positive and make the best out of the situation. I feel so much pain. But yeah, I hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I know it was like very sudden. It was a very sudden thing because I didn't announce it in advance that I was like on a trip that weekend. We wanted to keep it a surprise. Like that's why we wanted to do it on Thursday, because that was when I was supposed to arrive. It's like, oh, we're gonna be here for CodeX trip, and then it had to like be pushed out. Yeah. But yeah, hope you guys didn't miss me too much. I'm glad you guys liked the goose short too, by the way. I was cracking up about the comments you guys left on it. Did anyone ever guess what the surprise is gonna be? Yeah. Thank you! I drink water. But yeah, did anyone ever guess that the surprise was gonna be an off collab? It was very interesting to like do a stream in the same room as Zhuni. That was very, very interesting. You thought it'd be original music? Oh, sorry to disappoint. Thank you. I'm glad you guys did enjoy it. I was like, didn't know off collab meant offline collab. Yeah, off collab is when you're like doing a collab but in person. I realized that most of the time, because like the mic was on me because I was singing. So whenever like Zhuni and I both were talking, you could like barely hear Zhuni as I was like listening back to the stream. So I'm like, yeah, this is just the Ayla stream. My favorite thing was I got to like switch the seat when Zhuni went to the bathroom and I got to be Zhuni. Like I could just switch over and now I'm Zhuni. It would be music related. True. Like Zhuni did make that little short as like a sneak peek. Yeah. And I did get like a little singing lesson from Zhuni that morning. As we were like warming up, like he was like showing me things about singing. I was like, oh, let's go! This is so much easier to do in person than you know, over like Discord. They're like, you need to sing from like here. And when you warm up with these kind of like warm-ups, you have to make sure that these muscles are relaxed. I was like, ooh. And like if you do this thing, you can train your vibrato. I'm like, ooh. And then I did it. I was like, ooh, let's go. You had other guesses, but they were very unrealistic. Oh, now I'm curious. I feel like I'm calming down after my rant now. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of kept it like a very easy day yesterday. I was just taking care of some simple things. I slept in late because I needed to catch up on sleep. Oh man. And yeah, I had a peaceful day. And now I'm not trying to like catch up on work that I missed over the weekend. Trying to catch up on work. So yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do for the rest of the week. Catching up on work. Wait, we're gonna play some fun games though. We're gonna play some fun games. Vocal coaching with Zhuni. I would love to. I think it's hard to do over like Discord though. Like we'd have to do that in person to be most effective, because we also can't like, you know, sing at the same time over Discord because of the like lag delay. Which is why it was such a nice thing we could do this off collab, because it's not something we can ever do when we're apart. So yeah, we definitely want to do it again. So if I come over again sometime, we'll definitely do another one of those. Maybe we can sing some songs together actually. And we might be able to prep a little bit more in advance. Most of it was my fault, because Junior was like, Ayla, send me songs to play. I'm like, okay. And then I didn't until like a week before. I'm like, here you go, Zhuni. Can you learn these in a week, Zhuni? But then I didn't really learn them either in time. So then like I can sing them, but they get a lot harder to sing when the backing track isn't the one I'm used to. I'm like, oopsies. I know, next time I'm taking the train. And yeah, we're playing Mario Odyssey tomorrow. It sounds like a fun game. I know nothing about it, so we're gonna explore and see what it's about. And we're playing more Honkai this week too. I really want to play Genshin though. Like, I really want to explore this new area. But the problem is that I don't have an Ayla Genshin account. So if I play Genshin, I have to start from scratch. And I feel so much pain when I'm thinking about that. Because I'm like, I don't want to go through all the stories. Like, that's gonna take a long time to get through everything. And, you know, level all the characters and do all that stuff. And I'm like, I know there's no skip button. Unless I switch over my personal Genshin account to like Ayla or something. I have to look into that. As long as I don't dox myself. We'll figure it out. Maybe I can make that happen. It's one of the best Mario games you've played. Ooh, I'm excited then. Yeah, it was recommended to me too. And my roomie has the game, so I could just snatch it. I'm very excited to play it. I'm very excited. But yeah, the new area looks very cool in Genshin. Like all the swimming stuff. I'm like, wow. I didn't think that was gonna be a thing in Genshin, like swimming areas. Otherwise, I know what I'm doing in my free time to relax. And you guys just get to see none of it. It's gonna be my self-indulge kind of time. Yeah. The new Mario game coming in October? No. Wake up to violence? What do you mean? I've waken up to violence every single day this weekend. What do you mean? I think I made a tweet about it before I told you guys about my pains. The one where he turns into an elephant? What? I'll look into that later. Wow. Elephant Mario? Wow. I also want to play the Kirby game. It looks cryptic and chaotic. Ow! Oh yeah, yeah. On August 17th at 10:30 p.m. This is when I was suffering at the airport, guys. I made this tweet where I posted a gif of Miku saying I crave destruction. That was me going through my suffering, guys. That was me going through my suffering. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Oh. Fascinating. Fascinating. I'll have to look into that. I guess we'll have another game to play at the end of the year. That seems fun. Is it like a platformer? Let me look this up. Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Thank you! Oh, so it's a platformer. Elephant Mario! And Big Hat Luigi! Wait. Okay, so it comes out on October 20th? Oh, it's 2D. Interesting. Oh. You know, we'll have another game to play at the end of the year. We'll have another game to play at the end of the year. Definitely put that on my list. That seems fun. I hope they find my bag. Co-op too! Let's go! Let's go! Wow. You know what's insane, guys? The game looks like what you will see if you drink a big bottle of cola in 10 minutes. Whoa. But you know what's insane, guys? It's almost September. It's almost September. You know what's happening in September? I want you guys to guess. I want you guys to guess. See if anyone knows what's happening in September. You got it! You got it! In September is CodeX's 6-month anniversary. Thank you, Patrick! Have a good dinner! But yeah, CodeX's 6-month anniversary is in September. It's officially September 5th. September 5th is our official CodeX anniversary. Like, wow, it's coming up. Like, we've already been here for almost 6 months. It's like, wow. Wow. Celebrating 6 months together. Raid! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, raiders! Hello, hello! Welcome, welcome, welcome! For anyone that doesn't know, hello, my name is Ayla Yew from CodeX First Generation CodeX! Welcome, welcome to the stream. I just finished talking about my airport beef for the past 2 hours. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great stream. But yeah. In only a couple, like 2 weeks, like 2 weeks or so, it's our 6-month anniversary. Oh man, you too. I would go through it again, but basically, a summary of my pains was I got to the airport, we almost took off, then we didn't take off. Like, we were on the runway and we didn't take off, and because they kept pushing other flights in front of us, and then we were on the ground for too long and the plane was too hot and we had to get off, and eventually the flight got cancelled. Then I got rebooked, and then my rebooking got delayed too by 6 hours, and then I got myself switched to another flight, and eventually I was at the airport for 16 hours before we finally took off. And then I lost my luggage, and I had to buy clothes for the trip, and it was not a connecting flight. It was literally like a 2.5 hour flight. Like a nothing flight. I'm like, why am I suffering? And they found my bags because it went to the other airport I was supposed to go to, and didn't go to anymore because I switched because it got delayed so bad. And then they were supposed to send it back here, and on my way home, like on Monday, I also got delayed by 4 hours, and they never sent my suitcase home, and now it's lost to the world, and I don't know where it is, so I don't have my luggage still. And that's where I'm at right now. The TLDR of my pains. It was so bad. It was so bad. So yeah, we really spent the past 2 hours talking about my pains. If you want the detailed story, I spent 2 hours talking about it. Look back in the stream later. It's an adventure. It's insane. It's insane how much went wrong in the previous episode. And now we're talking about that it's gonna be our 6-month anniversary in 2 weeks. We're so excited. We have ideas, but I'm not gonna say anything about them yet. And you know what happens after September, guys? October. October happens after September. You know what takes place in October, guys? You wake up when September ends. Honestly. It's your birthday, Martin! It's my birthday too. You're correct. It's Ayla's birthday. And also Halloween. And also Halloween. You know what day my birthday falls on this year? It's Friday the 13th. Sums up my my life. Friday the 13th. Unlucky day is Ayla's birthday. Cause that's how it goes. Maybe we'll play a spooky game in October. Maybe we'll play a spooky game in October. Horror game birthday stream? I can't play a horror game on my birthday. I know there's some viewers that are not good with horror. I want everyone to be able to experience my birthday. Ooh, yours is on a Wednesday. Nice! But yeah, we'll do some fun things for the birthday too. We got so many fun celebrations coming up. I'm very excited. I'm very excited. We're cooking, guys. We're cooking. And then it's November. I don't think anything crazy is happening in November. And then it's already December. It's Christmas. We'll have to do a Christmas celebration. Yeah. And New Year's. The holiday season. A 1-digit number? Ooh. So your birthday will be before mine then. Exciting, exciting. Oh, wait. I can guess this one. Let me guess. Okay. So if it's on a Wednesday, it's a 1-digit number. Okay. Okay. It's gonna have to be October 4th. October 4th. It's the only 1-digit number that's on a Wednesday in October. Have a good night, Leo. Have a good night. I'm not spending anything. I'm not spending anything. I'm broke. They took all my money. Welcome back, Esty. Yeah, I'm big brain, guys. Big brain. Figure it out. We'll have to celebrate your birthday too, Martin. October is birthday month. So exciting. So exciting. I have to think of fun celebrations that we can do in October. I'm so excited. So excited. Yeah. I couldn't get it wrong after that extra hint. I couldn't get it wrong. There's only one answer. If you get the 2 hints and you put it together, there's only one answer. It's okay though. It's okay. Now I know. Now I know. And I won't forget. Your mom has chickens! No worries. I hope you have a great wedding. I hope your sister has a great wedding. I hope it's a fun time. It's your birthday too, Isagi? Let's go! October birthdays! Let's go! Thank you, Kyoko! Thank you! Worms. But yeah, I'd love to see your chickens. I love to see chickens. Share all the chickens with me. I love chickens. Oh my gosh, there was this one thing we did in New York, or like didn't do in New York. When we were like eating curry, right next to the curry place, there was this like Papa Beard cream puff place. So we were like, oh, cream puffs. Ooh, and they're like big cream puffs. They looked real good. They looked so tasty. But we're like, okay, we're going like to the like museum right after this. So we didn't want to buy them yet because we were like full. We were full from curry. And we were like looking up like how long are they open? Like maybe we can pick up some on the way back because it wasn't that far from the museum. So we went there and we looked and they were open till like 11. So we're like, great, we can grab big cream puffs on the way back. And then we forgot about it, guys. I'm so sad. I really want to eat some cream puffs. They looked really good. I really love cream puffs. But only the good kind. Papa Beard or something like that. But they had these ginormous cream puffs. They were so big. We're like, if you're gonna like carry them around for hours, and it was like, you know, it was warm, so it's gonna not be good anymore. Cause you kind of want to keep them cool if you're not gonna eat them right away. I'm like, cream puffs. I'm so sad we didn't get to go back for the cream puffs. I'm like, if I come back, I need to get cream puffs next time. Your mom has chickens and ducks? Your sister had chickens and cows? So many animals! I want to pet a duck one day. I want to pet a duck. I would like the little baby ducks and you hold them in your hands and they're just like rah, rah, rah. And they're so cute. They're so cute. I have nothing. No chimkins. No chimkins here. So sad. I have a lot of plushies though. I'm so glad I didn't put any plushies in my suitcase. Because I was thinking about bringing one. Because usually I like to bring one to snuggle when I snooze, you know? So I'm really glad I decided against putting a plushie in my bag. If I would have lost one of my plushies, I'd be so sad. I'd be so sad. We make good decisions. Though I did. I had the same thing where I very much debated putting my, like, you know, one of my hoodies that was like one of those like limited items. I very much debated putting one of those in my suitcase. But I'm like, I should take one sweater just in case it does get cold at like night or something. So I ended up putting it in there and I really regret doing that. I think that's the main item I'd be sad about if I lost it. That would be the main item I'd be sad about if I lost it. So I'm like, I really want my suitcase back. I really want it back. I need them to call me back and be like, we found your suitcase. And I'll be like, oh, thank you. I can go pick it up. I'm gonna go pick it up right now. And they're gonna be like, okay. I want that to be happening right now. I want them to call me right now. I will stop stream and I will go get my suitcase and go get my pen lights and my hoodie. And we're gonna have a good day. And I'm still gonna try to get money back from them. But it's not happening right now. It's not happening right now, guys. I know if it's my luck, I'll probably never see that bag ever again. So sad. What was Kevin doing during my adventures? You know, Zhuni and I were joking that Kevin was in my suitcase. So, Kevin's lost right now. Kevin is lost. He might be behind me right now, but it's just not the real Kevin. Oh, we're never gonna see Kevin ever again. It's Kevin's fault. Kevin took the suitcase. They shipped him off. They shipped him off. This is his name is George. His name is George. It's Kevin's brother keeping us company while Kevin is on vacation. who knows where. Oh, Kevin. Lore. We lost Kevin on August 17th and he never returned. So now we have George. Listen, I love naming things the most generic kind of names. It's my favorite pastime. I think he looks like a George. I think Kevin could look like a George. I think it's a fun name. I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah. Talking about that though, I think we're almost to a point where I might end stream and go eat dinner. Might try to give this airline another call. Yeah, Zhuni's rejoicing. Kevin's lost. He's having the time of his life. Yeah. Goodbye, Kevin. It's been good, buddy. Hang in there. Hang in there, friend. I will see you again one day. Be safe and make sure to eat 3 meals a day and get enough sleep, you know? My friend, my homie, my bestie. Zhuni didn't have to eat Kevin, the airline did it for him! Oh my god! They eated him so far that he can't find his way back. Oh man. I feel pain, guys. I feel pain! I miss Kevin. I miss Kevin. Keep my stuff safe. My stuff. Keep my stuff safe. This is where my brain's at right now. Keep my stuff safe, Kevin. Lost Kevin. Where did he go? Where is he at? No one knows. No one knows. Dave. Stuff. Hashtag free Kevin. Hashtag free Kevin. Bring him home. Bring him home. This is I'm currently in the Kevin gacha. Me and this airline is like me trying to pull a 5-star, and the 5-star is my bag / Kevin. Man. Don't make me wail for him. Don't make me wail for him. I'm broke. You already took all my money. I know. Who's gonna find Kevin? Gonna take good care of Kevin? I hope they take good care of Kevin. But alrighty. Thank you guys so much for coming today and listening to my rants. I had a great time ranting. Thanks for allowing me to rant. I thought I would be able to tell that story in 1 hour, and it definitely took 2. And then we talked for another hour. I know the first Kevkin on Earth. They're gonna be so surprised. And they're gonna open the bag, and they just see... They just see... this thing looking back at him. Meanwhile, we have George. Meanwhile, we have George until Kevin has been found. George! Oh yeah. Thank you guys for letting me rant today. I'm gonna go get some dinner and call this airline again and see if they found Kevin yet. Probably not. No, they're not gonna pick up because they haven't picked up all freaking day and yesterday. And we'll be back for another stream tomorrow. We're gonna play Mario Odyssey, and hopefully I'll have great news about some updates on my bag. I will keep you guys updated on my adventures. I hope we can conclude arc 7 soon, because we're still the story is still being written. The story is still being written. Arc 7 is in full motion. But thank you. It's not an Ayla adventure without pain. But it'll be alright. Worst case, I'm just gonna have to give up on those items and hopefully get money back, and I can buy stuff, I guess. See if I can find these things somewhere. But I'll be alright. Arc 7. Where is Kevin? Where is he? Where is Kevin? I will never give up on Kevin. Kevin will find his way back somehow. I believe in him. I believe in him. I know, fate's absolutely against me. Fate's absolutely against me. But yeah, we're gonna end it here today, friends. Thank you so much for dropping by. Thank you. And I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for chatting with me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, he probably snuck out and he's just seeing the world, you know. Of course. You know, out of everything, I'm like, you know what? This story, it's content. I'm gonna have the best stream. When I get back, I have such an amazing story to tell. We're looking at it the positive way. We're like, wow, the content. My pain and suffering is content. That's so sad. Okay, goodbye, guys. Have a good day.